We've all had family arguments or occasional disagreements in our lives over more or less important matters. And while it's perfectly normal not to agree on something, this doesn't mean we can't appreciate someone just because they have different ideas from ours. The perfect family does not exist. Having said that, however, if these occasional family conflicts have been cleared up, we're good with each other, we love each other, and we're ready to help each other in times of need. We should appreciate what we have and not take it for granted. Many people do not have the luxury to have a family to count on. Being born into the wrong family can affect a person for the rest of his days. In today's video, we'll see 5 signs that you're living in a toxic family. Let's see what these 5 signs are. Number 1. You feel invisible and misunderstood. This can happen mainly, but not necessarily, in larger families. While not all of us give importance to receiving attention from the crowd, it's normal to want to feel considered by the people closest to us and to feel loved. If your parents always seem too busy to spend time with you, either because they work too much or because they have other interests and don't seem to care about how you feel or what you have to say by behaving as if you don't exist or are insignificant, this is clearly not a healthy relationship. There are also times when having someone to talk to, someone who understands you, is essential. If in those circumstances your family members are not there for you or do not seem to care about your feelings, the situation may become problematic. Number 2. You feel under excessive pressure. Most parents want the best for their children, but often their expectations are unrealistic, exaggerated, or otherwise out of sync with the wishes of their children. The well-known psychotherapist Carl Rogers stated that in this type of situation, you only feel loved and accepted by your family when you achieve results that meet their expectations, and this shouldn't happen. Furthermore, putting pressure on every little mistake by making sure to always point it out instead of turning a blind eye not only won't help the situation, but could actually have a negative impact on the confidence you'll have in yourself, making you grow with the perennial fear of making mistakes. Number 3. You feel suffocated. When you're at home, you want to live in a serene environment where your spaces are respected and you feel at ease. There are times when you want to be on your own and shouldn't feel obliged to spend all your free time with your family, and they should respect your choices without making you feel guilty for abandoning them or being left alone. Even worse, if the family environment is particularly negative, with constant complaints and futile dramas for every little thing, they look for any excuse to complain about something, even when positive events happen. In their opinion, if they can't be happy, you don't have the right to be either. This continuous sense of negativity is clearly something we all want to detach ourselves from. Over time, living surrounded by negative people who do not respect your space will lead you to live a miserable life. And often the only solution to this problem for the sake of your sanity is to leave and change your environment. Number 4. You test their power. This behavior is common among couples who are constantly arguing, using their children as pawns in their quarrels, or even worse, in couples who are about to get divorced or have divorced and use their children to take advantage of the situation, and not necessarily for the good of the child. These situations can be traumatic for those in between, as they create a destructive, chaotic, and unstable environment in which no one would want to grow up. Number 5. You feel like your value depends on what you can give. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've thought things like, "My brother only calls me when he needs me," or "My uncle only shows up when he wants money"? These situations are particularly annoying because, in addition to feeling manipulated, you always have the feeling that these people couldn't care less about you if they didn't have clear ulterior motives in mind. Even worse is when these situations are not so obvious or direct, when someone you particularly care about suddenly starts to be nicer and kinder to you, and maybe you're initially pleasantly impressed by it, only to find out later that this sudden change in attitude was simply due to the fact that this person wanted something in return from you. Prevent these situations from occurring. Be determined and learn to say no more often. Recognizing the symptoms of a problem is the first step towards its solution. If you see yourself in some of these points, try to rationally evaluate how they're affecting your life and ask yourself how you can go about resolving them. Sometimes leaving is the best way. If you also believe that the impact of these behaviors on your life is particularly serious, do not hesitate to contact a professional who can help you overcome your situation. You, like everyone, have the right to a happy and peaceful life, and nobody should deprive you of this, especially the people closest to you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to push the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget to activate the notification bell. This way you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded on the channel. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.